Hey everybody, so another month is in the books, month number 50 for our time of being early retirees and slow traveling.
It's gone fast.
Very, very fast. So 50th month, and our expenses have been so far below what we ever factored that they would be. Sometimes we get these emails saying, oh, if you can afford to do this or afford to do that, it's like, oh, we can afford it. We can, we really, really can. But we are living our lifestyle on our own terms, and we typically are coming in under a Social Security couple's budget, and that's not by plan or design, it just happened to work out that way. And as I've stated in other videos, we have really been living on probably like less than 40% of what we anticipated early retirement, slow travel would have cost.
And one thing I want to say is we just commented on someone's comment, letting them know that, we didn't set out to become a budget travel channel. We actually, it evolved, and people were very interested in how we were living and what it was costing us to live. And there you go. I mean, we lived a luxurious lifestyle in 𝐬𝐃𝐄𝐑, Ecuador, very luxurious. 4,500 square foot house.
If we were unhappy with our lifestyle, we could crank up our budget if we want, but it just doesn't make sense when we're happy with what we're doing.
Exactly.
Why? If a person that wrote us recently that had a $10,000 or $12,000
that was 15,000.
15,000. It's like, if you wanted to be a fast traveler, living in hotels and going to restaurants all the time, yeah, you can go through that, but we want to know what it's like to live somewhere. We want to know what it's like to get to know people. And we cook at home, we go to the grocery store. It's about living a life and getting to know the cultures. We did the tourist stuff. We did the tourist stuff when we were working in and out. And that's not our objective.
No.
So we are traveling around Europe, for those of you that are new, with our dogs. And we are typically going by car, and we can explain to you how Americans can have a car without residency. We have other videos on that, so please check those out. And for those of you that are also new, slow traveling, that means we're typically spending 1 to 3 months in a location, trying to see what it's like to live in different places. Sometimes we'll do a couple weeks somewhere as we're in between places, or spend a night somewhere as we're going somewhere. But our focus is to actually see what it's like to be in a location.
Right.
Where we are now is Montenegro. This is our home base. So we actually own a home here. And so we come and go from here. And some years we spent 2.5 months here. Some years we've spent 4 months. But we're trying to use our home base a little bit more. So you'll see Montenegro in more videos. But we've done, I think, 40 or 50 videos right now on Montenegro alone out of the 300 in our library. So if you think you have a question for us, whether it's about health insurance, whether it's about your needs for financial planning or anything like that, or different countries, check out the whole library of videos. So Julie's our numbers person, and when we are in Montenegro, we own our home. So we ratchet up the cost that we have here to reflect what it would cost to be in an Airbnb here for those of you that are slow traveling and coming in and spending a month. So our total that we're giving is higher than what it actually is for us as homeowners. And we're going to give you some bonus information that we will share with you as homeowners of what some things cost as well. So Julie, what kind of damage did we do this year or this month?
So let's first talk about rent. So $1,200 is what we go ahead and we say that we would spend on a month here. So for rent, $1,200.
But let's caveat this: we're in a 2-bedroom, and we're in the month of May in Montenegro. If you are here in the month of July and August, it's going to be the highest months. And our home here, we could typically rent for somewhere around $4,000 for the month, because it's a highly sought after resort location and place where people want to come and spend summers. The months of June and September will be higher as well, but you get to October through May, you'll have a bit lower rent here.
Yes, and if you're like me, you'll like the weather a little more, because I like the cool side. He likes the hot side.
And if you don't know where Montenegro is, because you're new to our channel, it's on the Adriatic. It's south of Croatia, between Croatia, Albania, and Serbia to the east. It's part of NATO, beautiful little country, 600,000 people. Eventually we'll be going to EU in probably 3 years or so, maybe 4 years, and it's a good little country.
Yes, it is. So then on to groceries. We spent $566 on groceries for the month of May, which, hey, you know, we ate pretty well. We don't go without, that's for sure. We have whatever we want. And restaurants, we actually didn't go out a whole lot. We spent $82. On average, we were spending $28 when we went out. I looked at the spreadsheet, and that was about what we spent to go out. We went to an Indian restaurant, we went to a couple other places, but overall, $82.
And we will say that we've noticed some of the prices going up. So we've seen inflation going up, and we notice as of June, they changed the menus for the tourist season. So things probably took about a 20% uptick getting ready for the tourists.
Well, remember, we were in 𝐬𝐃𝐄𝐒 Old Town, actually just outside of it, and we asked to see the menu so we could show a friend of ours who was visiting. And they said, oh, well, you're welcome to have it because it's only good for the next 2 days.
Yes.
So we were like, huh?
I got new ones from the printers coming out for the tourist season.
Yes, yes. So on to fuel. Let's talk fuel. We're spending €1.41 a liter at this point, which is $5.71 a gallon, and we spent $124. We toured around, we did a lot more driving in the month of May. Normally we spend on average €30.
Yeah, we actually had Julie's former boss from the States came out, and we played a lot of tours. So yeah, we did a lot more driving, going out and seeing things and checking things out. And even the month we're in right now, we've got currently visiting the best man from my wedding, the best friend from high school is actually in our house visiting with us. So let me get him to make a quick cameo. Renee, come over here.
Hey, all right, I get to be in a video. Hey, hi.
Okay, this is a friend of mine from high school. This is Renee Rosales, and he's a school teacher from the Bay Area in California. So Renee, your impression of Montenegro so far?
Oh, very impressed, very impressed. I mean, we've gone to the beach, we've gone to the mountains. It's been great, and Warren and Julie have been a great host too.
Okay. Thanks, Renee.
All
Glad
right.
to have you here. Okay. So having a home base lets you have those types of experiences where your friends can come visit. And so it really, you know, restaurants could be more expensive if you want to go out more, but I could go down to my little local place here right now and get a beer and just chill for €2.70 for a beer. Some places I can go to is going to be €3 or €4 for a beer. Just depends on where you go. That beer, I believe, was €3.
So let's talk parking. Parking here is probably one of the least expensive countries in Europe that we've been through yet. We're spending on average 50 euro per hour. Again though, we watched the price go up to 80 euro per hour just in the last week and a half. You know, so you move into June, your prices do go up. We spent $9 in parking. We went to Old Town 𝐬𝐃𝐄𝐒, we went to Budva, we've been all over the place.
Tivat several times.
Yes. So $9 parking. I mean, we were told from a friend of ours that in London for for half an hour, it is around 5 and 6 British pounds.
Julie, your number is incorrect on parking because Paras is not on that. We're missing €8 for parking.
Oh.
And this is because we want to give you a lesson here. So there's a wonderful place called
Paris,
and Lady of the Rock is there, and you can take a boat from the town and go over to the Lady of the Rock. And if you let the scammers in the parking lot take advantage, they will. They charge you €8 right now. We typically park there for free many times, but they're charging €8 to park there, which is bad enough. And then when you are in the parking lot, they say, oh, you get free parking if you go to take the boat to Lady of the Rock. And you're like, oh, well, what's the free parking? Okay, we're gonna go Lady of the Rock anyway. They're gonna try to charge you €15 a person to go to Lady of the Rock. So 45 euros for 3 of us to go to Lady of the Rock to save that 8 euros. However, you pay your 8 euros, you go down to the little boat stand, and it's 5 euro a person. So if you're doing the math correctly, that's 23 euros. So the difference between a boat ride from the guys giving you the free parking is 45 euros to go to the Lady of the Rock versus pay the 8 euros, go pay 5 euros. And if they tell you, oh, the rates went up, they changed, it's a scam. So it's 5 euros to take the boat over to the island, and it's 8 euros apparently to park over here in Paras. But if you talk to the guys in the parking lot, they're going to tell you, hey, great deal, 15 euros a person and parking is free. So don't listen to the guys in the parking lot. They are scammers.
I challenged them and they still wouldn't. They were relentless. So again, don't park and buy your tickets for the boat at the parking lot. Buy them right here at the shore.
Now, for those of you not familiar with our website, warrenjulietravel.com, we have a whole section, a whole page for international medical coverage. I would encourage you to go there, run your quotes, and check out what it's going to cost for you to have medical coverage as you travel either for a short trip or if you're going to do expat living and nomadic life like Julie and I. I am an agent, so if you go through those links there, I do get a commission, and I would thank you for that. If you don't use my links, I don't get a commission, and for that, I don't thank you. So please check it out. But what are we paying for our $1 million worth of coverage? $200 or $2,500 deductible per month, and we share this every month anyway. So what is it?
$240.25.
So $240. That's combined, not per person. For our medical coverage based on your age and what plan to design. It can be up or down depending.
And that's correct. And now let's talk about utilities. Now, most of you as in nomadic life, you're not going to have utilities. However, we own a home here, so we do. So our MTEL, which covers internet, it covers actually 100 gigabytes of us to have a SIM card every single month here in Montenegro. And it covers
Cable.
It's $48.52. Our water bill came in at $7.50, and we use a lot of water. Our trash bill came in at $7, and our electric bill came in at $38.50 for our month.
But we need to probably say we got the next month's bill. And so I guess really the May bill here for electric was really April. And we got back here and we started running a dehumidifier 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, getting the moisture level in the house, the humidity way, way down. We were loving it. We're cutting back a little bit on that because this is a little bit looking at next month for those of you looking at buying and living in Montenegro. But our electric bill took a huge spike. What was that? And this won't be on this month's total, but
No.
we'll factor it in next time.
It came in at $257.
We actually had a higher bill than my sister in San Diego, apparently.
Yes.
So that was the highest we've ever seen here. I think the highest we've ever seen here was like 110 or something.
Yes.
And that's like a summer with air conditioning and stuff. So yeah, so dehumidifiers apparently draw a lot of power.
Yes, they do. A lot of power. And let's go on to the one-offs. So the one-offs are things that you won't have every single month, number one, as a nomadic traveler. And also you won't have necessarily as a nomadic traveler, but we're going to talk about them.
But we're going to be giving you two totals at the end. One if you are slow traveling through here, and one as a homeowner. And then that would also not include the one-offs.
Correct.
So special bonus stuff here.
So we sent something through DHL. And it cost us for 2 pieces of paper, $61.51. For clothing, I bought a dress and Warren bought a pair of shorts, and it came in at $22. Toiletries, we spent $13. That included some body wash, some shampoo, and some conditioner. Car service, we spent $197.
And we had a bit more work done than typical. And it didn't go flawlessly. But before we ever start a long distance trip, we get our car serviced. Abby, she's our Citroen Berlingo, gets 45 miles a gallon. Fantastic vehicle. She's taking good care of us. But I took her in to get the hoses checked, the belts checked, get the air filters changed, and change the oil, make sure everything is good to go so we're not having to break down between here and Copenhagen this summer. And, so that's just kind of car maintenance. If you're going to decide you're going to do like Julie and I and have a car and drive across Europe because you've got your dogs, and we've got 2 dogs, and we have a lot of you following doing the car thing and going through one of our 2 sources for cars, and a lot of pet owners out there, so it's a great way to get around. But there is car maintenance expense, so that goes into our annual budget, explained on a regular basis. But in this case, it's part of our month that we spent. It doesn't go towards a monthly total, but it will go towards our annual total because we can prorate out some of this car stuff throughout.
Correct.
And if you're not doing your own car, it's not going to be done the same way for you. So we have car insurance for this month for the year, right?
Yes, it's an annual cost, and it cost us $200.
Okay, so roughly like $17 a month.
Yes, $16.66, I believe, is exact. On to the fact that I had to have dental work done. I had a cleaning done, and then they found that I needed to have a filling done. So it was $64.80 for those 2 things together. We went to the cosmetic store. At the cosmetic store, it's not a cosmetic store per se, it's more like
CVS or Walgreens,
yes,
Rite Aid.
Yes, so there we bought 2 different types of sunscreen. We bought sunglasses for Warren, and we bought body wash, and we came in at $45. And then we had the Paris tour that we mentioned, where we went to Our Lady of the Rock, and that came in at $19 by the time we paid to go from the mainland of Paris to the Our Lady of the Rock by boat, then the entry fees into the museum and the church.
Yeah, and that's converting to dollars from euro, just to be clear.
Correct.
So in this month, this amount will not be in the totals we are giving. These are the one-offs. So you have one-offs in different months and different things, but we generally put all these things into our annual average out. So our one-offs for this month were $622.31 of one-off costs. Pretty high one-off costs for a month. So, and then, the thing is, when we look at if we were living here full-time and this was our home base that we were staying here, so if you want to move to Montenegro and this is your home, without the one-offs, with the utilities included, take out what we would have paid for an Airbnb, we came out to how much for the month?
$1,233.29.
And so even with the one-offs, we would have been at like $1,855 or something. So, so with the one-offs included, it would have been $1,855, and that's well below a typical Social Security couple at $2,900 a month. And so we came out still smelling like a rose, even with the one-offs. And so
it begs a question here: is a home base really worthwhile?
Well, if you leverage it also when you're away to either do a home swap, as well as getting potential income from an Airbnb, I'm going to say yes. We do put our place out there when we're not here. So if you want to do a home swap, go to our WJT Schengen Shuffle Home Swap Club that we started online at Facebook, so you can see about swapping your home. And then we also, of course, have a regular Facebook group. Don't forget to join that to be around other expats, nomads, adventurers, to share your stories and share experiences and check out expenses. But so that's a that's a good standard of living. If you've got a budget of really, Julie and I could ratchet this up way higher. We could go out to eat every night if we wanted. We just don't do it. But it can. This is not trying to stay down at poverty level or something.
No, we live a comfortable lifestyle.
Yeah. So now, if you were staying here in an Airbnb with the extra $1,200 added in minus the utilities that we have in the other total, what was the total for that?
So if you're talking about not paying the one-offs, it's $2,331.77.
Okay, so if you had the one-offs, which you wouldn't have as an Airbnb person, then $2,954. But you wouldn't have those expenses in that scenario if you're coming in here as a slow traveling tourist.
Correct.
So $23.31 to come here through Montenegro. Now I will say somebody got a good deal. So if you're watching this, kudos to you. You followed our instructions of looking ahead to book an Airbnb. We had days open up on our calendar we weren't expecting. So next June, where we typically would be looking at a 3,000 plus euro a month to rent out our home, somebody snuck in and got a 500 for a 2-week stay in our place next year in June. So when I saw that, I was like, huh? That's the stuff Julie and I are looking for. We're trying to find good deals on Airbnb.
Stuff happens.
So we're gonna honor that one. But that's not the normal rate, guys. So if you go to our place to look to stay at our place, let us know. We are going to be swapping our home for a great little place in Tuscany in the winter. So I'm looking forward to that. We're going to be swapping here soon for a place in Copenhagen. So that will be interesting. But we also have some places we're paying some Airbnb rates along the way. So we're going to be sharing those different expenses and experiences as we're going along over the next few months. So check those out.
And we're going to show you Scandinavia, so get ready.
Yeah. So as a reminder, we're traveling the world with our 2 dogs. We're trying to see what it's like to live in different places, different countries, and trying to share these experiences and expenses with you. We hope that you're going to subscribe, give the video a like, and until next time, have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Ciao.